VIP treatment at the Senior Bowl. Treatment that the media could never even hope for. The best hotel rooms. Getting to watch practices with Phil Savage. Sideline passes for practices and games. It's a draftnik's dream. Go to playthedraft.seniorbowl.com, and we are here tonight with Shane Hallam. And I brought Shane Hallam from Draft TV on because I am worried about Kelvin Benjamin. In my Play the Draft portfolio, you'll see here that Kelvin Benjamin is currently trading as the number 31 player overall in Play the Draft. He's made me $6,100 over the course of the last day. I'm wondering if I should be getting out of this investment entirely. Shane, tell us, what is your book on Kelvin Benjamin? What do you see in him as a prospect?
Well, from the physical side, he is definitely an athletic freak with his size and speed ratio, 6'5", 240 pounds, running in the 4.6s, playing for a team as successful as Florida State was this year. He seems like a guy that you want to kind of buy up and move up. But I think a lot of teams are leaning towards that smaller, that faster wide receiver, especially with Mike Evans, the receiver from Texas A&M, probably going early. I think a lot of the other teams are going to look at the smaller receivers, the Odell Beckhams, the Brandon Cooks. So if you're talking about a first-round receiver here, then I think in the late rounds he's going to have to compete with these smaller receivers, and that's what teams like the 49ers need. That's what teams like the Seahawks need right now. And so that has me scared for his draft stock. I think as a player, he has a lot of upside to be a Marcus Colston type of wide receiver. My big problem with him is just how he catches the ball. He drops a lot of passes. He uses his body a lot, and things can get jarred around in there. He can high point the football really well, but he's not necessarily a route technician. You're not going to see him get a lot of separation from corners. So I think the Florida State hype might be a little bit too much on Kelvin Benjamin right now, and I think he could be more of an early second-round pick rather than a late first-round pick. I think your best case scenario in terms of where he can go, maybe the high point for him is going to be the Carolina Panthers, and that's 28. So that just doesn't seem like enough of an investment if you're talking 28, 30, 32. If that's really the chances for him, then it doesn't seem like a great investment. I don't necessarily see it, say, the New Orleans Saints 27 or Cleveland 26. I think those are teams that would go with the smaller type player, and the middle of the first round is probably going to be pretty barren for these receivers, and those that do go, it's going to be Marquise Lee, it's going to be Odell Beckham. So I think your best case scenario is improving by about 3 spots from 3 or 4 spots, 31 to 28, and to me that's just not worth it when he definitely could go much later.
And in Play the Draft, I want my money working for me. Kelvin Benjamin right now has made me $6,000 here at spot 31. What Shane Hallam is telling me is that this is a deep drafted wide receiver, and the players going off the board before this, who are these big targets, are going to squash the market through the middle rounds, while some of these smaller guys like Odell Beckham and Brandon Cooks come off the board. 31 seems far too high. I am getting Kelvin Benjamin off of my team.